Oh, I didn't even see you there. I'm just studying my muse for my new art project. A couple of weeks ago, Chanel released this bag for their Metier D'Art collection. I don't know how to say it, but it's so crazily priced that it's not even listed on the website. But it's safe to assume that it's somewhere between $10,000 to $15,000. 10 to 15? That's crazy, you say. And I agree. Luckily for me, at around the same time as the Chanel release, I stumbled upon this beauty on the clearance rack at Michael's. I wanted to recreate the Chanel bag, but I didn't want to make an exact replica, so I went with black for the body, and I was thinking doing gold for the feet, leaves, nub, and what would be the handle. So I'm not too sure why I was going so slow there, but I decided to speed everything up because even I got bored of watching myself paint so slowly for so long. This took quite a bit of time just because of how many coats I needed. I also ended up realizing that there was no way for me to navigate around the leaves just because of how detailed it was. So I ended up coating the entire thing in black and going over it with the gold paint. However, the gold paint turned out to be more of a glossy top coat rather than an acrylic paint, which I had thought it was originally. So that flopped. I even tried putting on additional coats, but that just ended up making it worse by covering up all the details in the leaves. So I gave up and wiped off all of the paint, covered it in another coat of black, and let it sit for about 30-45 minutes to let it completely dry before moving on with my life. I think it looks pretty good if I can say so myself. And now time for the Modge Podge to seal in the paint. It's said to shake well, so I went a little bit crazy. Doop doop doop, shake shake shake, shake ya Modge Podge, shake that Modge Podge, shake shake shake, shake shake shake, and time to spray spray spray. Tss, 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 tss. I actually did like 3 to 4 coats of the Modge Podge, let it sit to dry, made dinner, watched a couple of shows, then bada bing bada boom, it was nighttime, and time to start on the details of the bag. First up is this 1.5 inch wide black satin ribbon that I'm going to be using to reinforce the bottom of the cage. How you're going to want to do this is to just weave it through from the back side so that when you sew it up on the seams, it's going to end up in the back. So you're just going to want to go over, under, or in and out, all the way through until you reach the other side of the cage, just like so. To secure the ribbon to the bar, just fold it over and do a simple stitch over, under. And my biggest takeaway during this step was the fact that the ribbon kept sliding around, so you might want to stick a pin in it to secure it while you're sewing. Once you've successfully secured the end of the ribbon to the cage, you're going to want to pull the other end nice and taut because you're going to want to get it right, get it tight. You don't want this bird cage to be looking all saggy and baggy when you're done. So cut to measure, like so, and then like so. Just do another quick and easy under, over, like we did the first time, and you're done. Now for my favorite part, the faux pearls. Mine actually came strung on fishing line already or just clear plastic wire, so it actually made it pretty simple. This is the kind that you're going to want to buy, not the loose ones, just because you don't want to sit there gluing on individual pearls one at a time. All I did to tie the pearls to the cage was remove a couple and then square knot it to the cage. Square knotting is tying the left side over the right side, and then once it switches sides, you take the right side and you go over the left string and through and tie a knot. I don't know why I struggled a little bit here. It's a super duper simple knot, I promise you. The camera made me really nervous. and my hands are naturally shaky, so it wasn't a very good combination. It took me a lot longer than it should take you, but once you get it tied on, go ahead and cut the excess fishing line. To determine how long your strand of pearls is actually going to need to be, you're going to want to wrap it around the cage. I actually fumbled around here a lot just because I had cut the ends first, so I had to go back in with tape to secure the pearls. If anything, the main takeaway of this video should be to never cut anything until you're ready. Anyway, so I lined up the pearls to the bottom of the cage to make sure that everything was good and dandy before gluing it down with a little dot of super glue on each bar, except for the very last two. You're going to want to have some slacks so you can easily hitch the pearls to the bar of the cage. Hitching is essentially tying the string around the bar twice, whereas the square knot was kind of making just a double knot to kind of tighten it extra, like when you're tying your shoes and you double knot it. Oh, the things I took away from being a Boy Scout that I never actually thought I would use again in real life. Honestly, who'd have thought? Once the hitch feels nice, tight, and secure, put a dab of super glue just to secure the knot so that nothing falls off while you're walking or whatever it is that you're doing, because that would be embarrassing. Since attaching the pearls took kind of a long time, I decided to do it all off camera. What you're seeing now is just me putting on the super glue to fasten it all together. And voila, you have pearls on your cage. Don't worry about the glue residue, that can be covered up with some black paint. As you can see, this upper part looks a little bit messy, so to cover it up, I decided to wrap another strand of pearls, but I also think it really pulls it all together with the pearls on the top and on the bottom. And we're back at it again with the ribbon. To make the cage even more fancy schmancy, but also to make it more comfortable to hold, I'm going to be wrapping ribbon around the little handle. What you're going to want to do is fold the ribbon in half and then tie a very simple knot. Measure out how much ribbon you're going to want to cut off by wrapping it loosely, and then once you have it cut, keep the ribbon folded in half and tie it, or not tie it, wrap it around the loop very, very tightly. Once you've reached the other side, simply make a tight knot, and now you have a handle that looks like it was wrapped in a nice silk twilly. Adjust the ends of the ribbon to make it more even, or however you like. And the piece de resistance, the padding. Depending on how functional you want your birdcage to be, you can either make a small drawstring bag like the Chanel, or what I did is I had my mom crochet, because I don't know how to, this small piece of circular padding out of plush yarn, and just placed it into the bottom of the cage like so. Plop. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop. I was so excited with the outcome of the bag, I immediately threw my phone in there to show you guys how functional this bag really is. It fits my 7 Plus with that big ass case on it like it's nobody's business. But now it's time for the real show. Alright, and that's enough music because I'm not trying to get copyrighted on my first video. I know the birdcage doesn't go with my track pants whatsoever, but I was really excited to show you guys how secure the pearls and the ribbon actually is. My travel moisturizer and my lip balm only fell out when the bag was basically tipped over, and it was pretty hard to shake out. Alright, so here's a quick final look. Adding that gold bird was kind of a spicy afterthought, so I didn't add it into the video, but I hope you guys had a good time and decide to come back and join me on my next adventure when I decide to do something else, I guess.